こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎祐希です。9月17日のセッションリキャップスコットのウェブセミナー撮っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。それでは始めていきましょう。
This is a session recap from Euro, on the Euro, actually from 16th of September. And hold on, I gotta make a note here to fix on New Zealand. And we see we have a potential breakout to the upside on this Euro, but when we go to the bigger picture up here in the day chart, take this up here, we can see this is a very real possibility that this is nothing more than a head and shoulders to the downward. So we're going to have to wait. I don't see much to the upside anyway. There is 60 pips here, but we've got to be above this line here where the head right shoulder is, and by the time we get there, we only have 20 pips to the upside. So nothing to the upside here at all, but there is to the downside once it breaks to the downside. So pull this down, and we will flip this over. And we're very interested in the downside, especially in this area right down in here.
ユーロドルですね。ユーロドル、ヘッド&ショルダーになりそうですと。で、左肩越えてこなくちゃトレードは買えないんですけど、その時にはもう20ピップぐらいしかデイチャートのトップまでないので、買いではやりたくないですねということですね。で、それよりも売りで見ていきたいですね。続いてポンドドルいきましょ
う。British pound. British pound is at the top of the trend. There's nothing to do when we're at the top of the trend, but wait for the pullback. And you've got this plus this potential rising wedge, which tells us we're going to come down to the downside. So I'm going to be interested when we pull back down to 58.28 for a bounce to the upside. I'm not.
ポンドドルですね。240分です。で、今、アップトレンドで、てっぺんにあるので、一回プルバックしてからの買いで見ていきたいですね。58.28って言ってたので、5828より上で買っていきたいね。で、こういうライジングウェッジっていうパターンがあって、なので下がってきてもおかしくないですよねってことですね。下がってきたら買いましょう。
Not interested in the pound unless it can do that. Dollar CAD, if it can square this candle up here, then I'll be interested to the downside. It's got to come up here and square it up right in this area right in here. So we've got another, 15 pips or so to go before we get there, and then we'll look for the trade down to the 102.61. We're going to have to sell dollars for that to happen. So.
ドルカナダですね。ここにサポートがあるので、このサポートまで戻ってきたら売っていきたいですね。で、1.0261 って言ってたので、1.0261 まで売っていきたいですねということですね。
Alright, so there we go. Swissy. No, a break hook and go is when you take a barrier out to the downward. Square up is a square up. Alright, square up is go up and square it up. A break hook and go is when they take a barrier down, out. They take it out with a break when they're filling entry orders. The hook is they ran out of orders. So they come back up when they run out of orders, and then they find market orders that come in and take them to the downside. So that's why we wait for that. Right? Is that
ドルフランですね。ブルフラッグ、ごめんなさい、ベアフラッグですね。で、このサポートを割ってきたら、ブレイクフック&ゴーで売っていきたいですね。このボトムまで、9172まで売っていきたいねということです。
Understanding why they do it makes a lot of sense. Then you go, oh, okay, I understand that. They broke it down below and bam, 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 they hit a whole bunch of entry orders. Right? Then they run out of those entry orders. Right? Yes, most of them do come. They enter on the split up. And that's how they pull 20, 30, 40 pips more out of the market than you do, right? Than you can get. Because it's all about calculated risk, and that risk becomes very small. Everybody thinks it's high, but it's actually more reduced risk than at any other time. Because we understand why they came up. See? I understand why they came up. Therefore, once they accomplish their goal, what is left to do? They accomplished it. Now it's time to go do it. Yeah, good point, Tom. All right. So dollar yen, we have a bounce out, and we're waiting to see if we get a bounce to the upside. And if we do, this will be the trade for all week long here, right, up into this area right up in here. If it bounces, we're looking for all week long back up to this double top up here. Right?
ドル円ですね。ドル円は今アップトレンドになっていてブレイクしてきたので、ここで跳ね返ってきたら買っていきたいですね。そしたら今週はずっとこのトレードを見ることになると思います。このダブルトップまで買っていくことになると思いますと。
But the problem right now is they're selling dollars, which is why they can't do that. And when they're selling dollars, then that would mean that they need to sell a dollar yen. So what have they done? They've taken advantage of that and said, okay, well, let's just go do a hook and a go then. We're ready to do that. So we're looking for the bounce back up to this top right up in here. Aussie dollar. Let me go back to that. I want to make sure I got an arrow on there, and I want to make sure that we don't miss this trade. So we're looking for a bounce above 99.50. Bounce above 99.50, we're going to be very interested in making that trade. You want to
99円50銭より上で買っていきたいですね。
hold that trade because it's a long way up there. So get it to break even and sit on it. That's what you got to do. Get it to break even.
でも上がってきたらもうすぐストップをプラマイゼロにしてそのまま持っていたいですね。
Even and sit on it. Aussie dollar. I would like to see this thing break to the down. But if they do break to the upside, I'm more than happy with that. There's a day chart bottom here that they have squared up, as you can see right over here. So up on here is a great opportunity, and if they turn it to the downside, we're going to do a double bottom down here. So either one of those I like. Doesn't matter which one it is, I like either one because I understand them.
OG ドルですね。デイチャートです。ダブルトップつけてきて、これ抜けてきたら買ってきたいですよね。R7 まで。で、もしここで反発して反転してきたら、このダブルボトムまで狙って打っていきたいですね。どっちでもいいと思いますと。
That's what you want to do is you want to say, I'm going to wait for that to happen because that's a big trip. Either way. Right?
で、どちらかに、なるまで待ちたいですね。両方ともすごく大きなトレードなので、どっちに触れてもやっていきたいですねということを言ってます。
Now, for most traders, no, I don't want to wait for that. I want to go trade something, man. I'm going to go kill something right now. So they go get killed instead of killing the trade. They get killed in a trade. They're interested in that. Euro pound, euro yen, I should say. We're waiting for them to finish this ABC off. ABC, and once they take this bottom out here, then this will be the place to either bounce it or break it to the downside. So until they do that, there's nothing to do. But we do want to be in a trade either way they go. Once they do it, all right. So this is the place where they got to talk to us. We'll wait till they get there and talk to us. We want this buy or we'll take this sell. Either one.
ユーロ円ですね。240分です。で、これ今ちょうどターニングポイントでやって、ここで跳ね返ってくるか、トレンドをブレイクしてブレイクフックのところで売るか。どっちかに動いたらやっていきたいねっていうポイントです。
Works for me. You can see there's a lot of reason to come down here because they haven't squared this gap up. So they're coming down to 130.91 if they break to the downside. If they bounce to the upside, we're probably going to do a move back up to the day chart top there.
窓開けもあるので売られても全然不思議じゃないですよね。ということで下がってきたら売っていきたいねということを言ってます。
Pound yen. Pound yen is got a Gartley going, so we're going to wait till it finishes the Gartley down to the lower end down in here, probably right in this area here before we'll get the bounce. So I'm going to pull that up and we're going to slowly bring it down to 155.98. So about 156 we'll start looking. We're at 157.64. So we'll have 60 pips to the downside. Now it wouldn't take the pound yen long to do 60 pips, so you don't have to worry about whether this is not going to happen. But we are in the last wave, and so this could be the end of it right here. Could very well be the end of it. Let's see. New Zealand.
ポンド円ですね。ポンド円は今買っていきたいですけど、もうちょっと様子を見てからここで跳ね返ってきたら買っていきたいねってことを言ってます。
New Zealand's at the top. No place to go. We're in a rising wedge here. Nothing to do until they pull back down. When it pulls back.
9ドルですね。今トップにあります。で、今ライジングウェッジっていうこの黄色い線も出てるので、一回下がってきてからの買いでやっていきたいですよねってことを言ってます。
Down 8100, we are going to be interested in that. Okay. Over the Aussie yen. Aussie yen, we're waiting for them to finish this down move off. All right. So we've got another Gartley. We're going to be interested in them coming down into this area, right down to here. Come on, draw. Down into here and down. Right. So once we get here, now advanced traders will take this trade right here. So 100 pips or more right in there, and advanced traders will trade that down to here, and then they will do a buy limit for the top. All right. So that's what you'll do as your advanced trader. If you're a brand,
OG 円ですね。240分見てます。で、これブレイクしてきたら売りなんですけども、ここでの反発での買いをやっていきたいですね。で、アドバンストレーダー、上級者の皆さんはこの売り取れますけども、跳ね返ってきたら、やるっていうふうに考えていてくださいと。
New trader, don't even think about it. Euro pound, we're waiting to see if this bear flag will work and go to the downside. If I do, we're going down to 82.77, moving our stop at the 270 and the 618 pip. All right. If this bottom holds and they come back up and do this, we'll have a head and shoulders right here, and then we'll be looking for this trade back up to the upside, probably up to 8,500, somewhere around in there today. So wait for that to happen.
これはユーロポンドですね。240分です。ごめんなさい。60分です。で、これベアフラッグが出ていて、もしこれ上に抜けてきたら、トレンドブレイクで買っていきたいんですけど、ヘッド&ショルダーも見えていますよね。なのでこのトレンドブレイクで買っていきましょうということを言ってます。
Euro Aussie, we're very close to the bottom here. We're waiting to see if we get a bounce to the upside. We've got a set of close and reverse here, so they may have just started it. And what they basically said is we're not going to take the bottom of the trend out. We're going to keep on going. And so, if that happens, we'll be interested in the move up into this area right here. Let's get out of the R1, R2. Look for the R2, R3, and R3, R4 up in this area right up in here. Euro CAD.
で、これは今ユーロカナダなんですけど、240分です。で、これ今トゥインキャンドル出てきましたし、上がっていく可能性あります。しかし HSI の1、2っていうところにあるので、この2、3、3、4っていうところを取っていくことにしましょうということですね。このスペース取っていきたいですね。
It's in a downtrend, making a bear flag. We're very interested in bear flag, especially if they can tag this top and move to the downside. We're going to do a double bottom right here again, if that happens. Right? So I like this trade a lot if it will get in play. Okay. CAD
ユーロカナダですね。このトレンドラインのトップにあります。なので跳ね返ってきたらこれ絶対売っていきたいですね。で、ベアフラッグのブレイクもありますし、このダブルボトムまでの売りを見ていきたいと思います。
CAD yen, we're waiting to take the bottom out, and then we'll go see which way they go. We're inside a wedge, so we do nothing when we're inside a wedge. A break up the upside, we're going to the R3. A break to the downside, we're going to go to the double bottom down here. Either one of them is fine with me. I don't care which one they do. We'll take either one. Aussie yen has a head and shoulders on a daily. Okay.
カナダ円ですね。カナダ円は、今ウェッジの中にあってトレンドブレイクしてきたら R3 まで買っていきたいですね。で、下ブレイクしてきたらこのダブルボトムまで売っていきたいねということを言ってます。
Could be, yeah. Look at that. You know we're going to the downside. I don't see a head and shoulders. Head and shoulders is this. That's a day chart. We need this, plus this, plus this, plus this. Okay, so what do we got? We don't have any of that. We got one right here. If they come up here and did this and then did this, then we'd have a head and shoulders. Right now, it might only be the left shoulder. Hopefully, thing. Alright. So, New Zealand yen. CAD yen show the daily trend. Let's see the day chart trend right here. After every 6 candles is 200 is a day. So once you get this many candles, this is actually really a day chart trend. So let's change it. This is the day chart trend to the downside. The downside. Show that. Yeah, that's a day chart number to the downside. So, we'll wait and see. They could still, right now it's showing an ABC retracement, but it's in a wedge, so we don't know what it's going to do. Could be. Wouldn't be a head and shoulders yet. Wait and see if we get the bounce up or we settle down. Just wait for it to happen. Right? Got an ascending wedge on the New Zealand yen telling us they're trying to make a move to the upside. It also has a possibility of a head and shoulders right there. So it's a very flat one, but it could do. There's a neckline break and it'll be coming down here. It's also a ascending wedge, which tells us we're going to go up into this area right up in here. So
9円ですね。9円は今、ちょっとフラット、平らなんですけど、ヘッド&ショルダーが一応見えていて、このネックラインブレイクで下がってくるかもしれませんと。
We need to have some targets up to the upside. How do we do that? We get out of the 60-minute chart.
であとはエーセンディングウェッジっていうパターンも見えているので、上にブレイクしてきたら買っていきましょうということですね。
Our swing low, swing high here, and we pop fibs from the swing low, swing high from here up to here, and that gives us the roadmap on how to trade it up to the target. Move the stop here, 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 and here. So easy. Pound New Zealand.
で今ターゲットを見ていて、ここからフィブ取ってますね。こことここで、フィブを取っていて、ここですね。こことあとここっていうところのフィブを取っていて、ここをターゲットとして見ていきましょうということを言ってます。
Now New Zealand, we're waiting to see if we get the bounce. All right. We're waiting to see if we get a bounce, and we're at the bottom. We have not quite taken this bottom out, as you can see. So we're in a wedge down here, and you can see it's a falling wedge, which is a buy side, not a sell side. So it's a falling wedge right here. Falling wedge, which tells us we're going to come up in this area right up in here. if they do that, we will immediately go with it because even though we have a 240 trend down, we have a day chart trend which will supersede it up to the top side. So we got a triple bottom right now here, looking to see if we get the bounce to the upside.
ポンドキウイですね。ポンドキウイは今フォーリングウェッジというパターンでこれ上がるサインですね。ブレイクしたら上がる。で、デイチャートのトレンドラインもあるので、跳ね返りで買っていきたいですよね。で、この240分のトレンドの上まで買っていきたいということを言ってます。
Silver for those of you who can. Yeah, it makes a big difference, doesn't it, Lawrence? Silver, we're waiting to see if they build a bear flag. If they build a bear flag up here and turn it to the downside, this is our opportunity right here. If they continue to move it and finally break out of here, we're looking to go up here, up into this 25 area, 2458 area.
銀 XAG ですね。今、ベアフラッグを作っていて、これをブレイクしてきたら売っていきたい。ここ1つ目で、2つ目っていう風に売っていきたいねってことを言ってます。
Yeah, we're not going to do the targets up that way. Pound chief up at the top and a rising wedge. Nothing to do till we get a retracement. All right. Twins on the pound Aussie to the upside. Three musketeers say we're going to try to push this to the outside, so we'll wait and see if they push it to the outside. Once they
ポンドフランは今することがありませんと。次、ポンドオージー見てみましょう。
push it to the outside, we can actually take this off now and go ahead and plot it. And we'll take the bottom here, take this out from the first one. We already got the other target, so we don't have to worry about that. So we do them both ways. So you can see there's the opportunity right there to the upside. We'll turn this around, and we're looking for a buy up here. Once they square up this candle, the gap. So if you get a break here and you decide to take it, you're going to trade it up to the gap. But be careful because the gap could be the only reason they're going up is to fill the gap. Right?
ユーロ、ごめんなさい、ポンドオージーですね。これブレイクしてきたら買っていきたいんですけど、ここに窓があって、とりあえずこの R5 っていうところを狙うんですけど、この窓があって、窓上のためだけに上がってくるかもしれないので、そこだけ注意が必要ですと。ブレイクしてきたら買っていきたいですねってことを言ってます。
So if they take the gap out, pull above it, hook back down, double your position up here. And finally, Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand is at the bottom here, and at the day chart bottom, we're waiting to see if they'll bounce to the upside. So nothing to do on the Euro New Zealand, so we know what it is. Once again, we've got a falling wedge. Let's draw that falling wedge. Falling wedge to the upside, pop a pair of fibs to find out where that might go from the swing low to the swing high up here. And we're looking at coming up probably to the 382 up here. Okay. So we would like that is for sure. Alright, everybody, that's what
最後にユーロ9ですね。これも今デイチャートのボトムなので、あんまりすることないんですけど、フォーリングウェッジってパターンがあって、抜けてきたら買っていきたいですね。で、このターゲットを見て、買っていきたいねと。
I'll see all of you tonight, and thanks for being here. And we will talk with you tonight. Remember, beginners class is at 9:30 Eastern time. 9:30 Eastern time is beginners class, and then advanced class is at 8:30 Eastern time, and 9:45 Eastern time is the advanced class. Okay, so all live room subscribers are invited to the advanced class. All right, see you all later. Have a great day, everybody.
はい、というわけで今日のセッションリキャップここまでです。また今週から撮っていきたいと思いますので、見てみてください。それではどうもありがとうございました。失礼します。